As the date of January 22nd comes closer, the Temple Trust in Ayodhya is trying its best to complete all the tasks that are pending before the Pran Pratishtha. Taking steps in this direction, now the idol of Lord Ram for the Sanctum Sanctorum has been finalized. According to sources, the idol is made by sculptor Arun Yogiraj. Remember, there were 3 idols which were in the running. So what is this idol that has been chosen, and what happens to the other 2 idols? Well, we can tell you now that the other 2 idols will also be placed inside the Ram temple, but at different places. The Temple Trust has categorically said that there was no competition to begin with and all the idols were made to be placed inside. However, the only thing that had to be selected was which one of these would be Ram Lalla Virajman. Now let's tell you about the different artists who actually made the idols for the Ram Mandir Sanctum Sanctorum and the material that was used by them. Arun Yogiraj worked on a white-grey semi-granite rock for the idol, while the second artist, Ganesh Bhatt, worked on a black-greyish Nellikari rock, also known as Shamshila, which was extracted from Karakala in Karnataka. The third sculptor is Satyanarayan Pandey. He worked on white Makrana marble stone. So there were various different parts of Indian culture from Karnataka to Uttar Pradesh which have been incorporated not just in the architecture of the temple but also in the idol of Ram Lalla himself. And all 3 of these idols and all different shailis from across the country are going to find place inside the Ram Mandir once the consecration takes place. Now, even the tailor who has been making the clothes of Ram Lalla since 1985 has started preparing a special yellow dress for the occasion of Pran Pratishtha. The tailor's family members were called by the Temple Trust to take the measurements of the final idol that was chosen. Lord Ram in Ayodhya, remember, is in the form of a child or Ram Lalla. So a velvet dress will be prepared for winters, the cloth for which will come from Surat.
जैसे 1985 में हमारे श्री पिताजी यहाँ लालदास जी हमारे पुजारी थे राम जन्मभूमि के, उनके माध्यम से हमारे पिताजी राम लला का पोशाक सिलने के लिए राम जन्मभूमि में गए। एक मशीन ये और एक मशीन ये, 2 मशीन वहाँ गुम्मद के नीचे, जिसको लोग बाबरी मस्जिद कहते हैं, गुम्मद के नीचे धरी जाती थी। पिताजी हमारे यहाँ मनिया करते थे, मतलब कपड़ा काटते थे। हम दोनों भाई भगवत राज पहाड़ी और मैं शंकर लाल वहाँ बैठ के सिलते रहे और पिताजी मनिया करते रहे। ढांचा गिरने के बाद हम लोग फिर वहाँ जाना बंद कर दिए। पुजारी जी के माध्यम से पोशाक यहाँ आता रहा और हम लोग पोशाक सिल करके पुजारी जी को दे देते थे। अब देखें तो स्थापना में पीला वस्त्र धारण होता है और दिन पड़ रहा है 22 तारीख को सोमवार, तो उस दिन सफेद पोशाक भी तैयार होगा।
Okay, so we told you about Ram Lalla's idol. We have told you about even the poshak that he is going to wear. But what about the temple itself, where Ram Lalla is now going to be Virajman? The architect of the Ram Mandir, Ashish Sompura, joins us. Thanks very much, sir, for speaking to us here on Times Now. We're only 21 days away from the consecration. First, tell us about what that date means for you.
Obviously, it's an exciting day. It's not for us also. We are connected with this project since 30 years. So, after a long 3 decades, we are waiting to happen this, and now it is happening. So, we all are very excited.
Talking about the temple design, it has, you've kept in mind the Shilp Shastra specifications. The Nagar Shaili has been used, one of the 3 Shailis in India. Why was this particular style chosen? Can you tell us, for the uninitiated, what is the Nagar Shaili, what is its significance, and why did you choose this?
Because it's basically the Nagara Shaili has been spreaded over the North India, and Middle India is Vasera, and the South Indian is Dravidian. So from the beginning it's in Ayodhya, so in Uttar Pradesh and the North Indian territory of India. So this is the only shaili which has been practiced here. And second thing is, this is the most developed, architecturally developed shaili in all three shailis. So when my father started the original design, he intended to do the same shaili following the North Indian style. So we followed the Naga shaili.
But doesn't this shaili also have prominent features which are inspired from the Dravidian style, particularly in the part of the complex that is dedicated to Nishad Raj and Shabri?
No, it's not like that. Dravidian style and North Indian Nagara style doesn't have any in common. The basic concept between the difference of basic concept is that we found it here. The god is great at the Shikhara. In South India, they call a Vimana. Is smaller, like you are in Northern India. The Shikhara is always the tallest one. And in the Dravidian style, it's always like Gopuram is a big. The temple are small, and Gopuram is a gateway to the temple. So the basic difference is that only. So it's over here. We found it. The god is great. So bigger Shikhara should be there. So Nagar Shaili has been adapted.
Now, Ashish ji, the original design had only 3 mandapams. Now they have been increased to 5. Why was this done?
Because when Dad has designed this temple in 1890, with Ashok ji, that at that time the footfall or anything what we have thought of is not that much. After this 30 years and the media and the coverage which has got, and with the political issue has been taken in particular, this part is taken as an issue, and after that the Sanatan, like last 5-10 years, the Sanatan and Hindu and about the temple, it has been spreaded too much. So the footfall has become I think 10 times more than at that what time we have thought of, and Dad has thought of. So that was only the thing, Garbhagriha, Goda Mandapa and one another Mandapa, Ranga Mandapa, and then seeing the entry. So after the verdict has come, we all, the committee and everyone has decided to go for a complete expansion of the temple, and basically we don't want to change the original design, because the original design was been published and not just published, it's been seen by the people since last 30 years. So in the imagination of the people, the main Ram Mandir would be like this. So we don't want to change much. So it was just an extension of the older design.
Okay. Now, I was also reading somewhere that the Garbhagriha has got several nature-based designs. Are these inspired by the years in exile that was spent by Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman?
Yeah, basically the Ram has been, basically there's like the 14 years in one. So the walls, it should be, we kept in mind is that it's in a Ram Lalla, so it should be in a, what do you call, a mahal or something like that. But even though nature is very close to him, so it's been botanical, the nature has been get into the Garbhagriha, so that kind of a design is taken off.
We've also learned that each of the the pillars that are in the temple, they've got about 12 to 16 idols at the top. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
It is based on the iconography. Basically, the column of this temple has 3 layers of iconography: on the top layer, middle layer and bottom layer. So it has been started with the thing is there are a lot of columns in the temple, 168 on the ground floor. So on these columns, and so total 16, and some columns it is more than 20. So we thought of like only Rama is not should be predicted. The Sanatan Dharma, the whole Sanatan Dharma, God, goddesses, and everything is been predicted. The statues, the iconography of that, all the gods and goddesses should be there, because it's not just a temple of Ram, but it should be a center for Sanatan also. So all the goddesses, like on the top layer, all Devanganas will be there. On the middle level, all gods of Sanatan, and on the bottom layer, all Devis of the Sanatan. So you'll find dancing Ganesha also, and also the conceptualize is like that. According to the mandapa name and according to the mandapa function, was like a Nritya mandap. So you'll find dancing Ganesha, Nataraja over there. If the Ranga mandapa, then related to the Ranga mandapa, all gods and goddesses will be there. On Kirtan Mandapa, you'll find with the musical instrument and everything. And on the Good Mandapa, you'll find Dashavatar and all the Vishnu scriptures on the main Good Mandapa columns. So how we can distribute and conceptualize the whole iconography on the column.
Now, could you also tell us a little bit about the materials that have been used? Why were stones from the Banshi Mountains in Rajasthan particularly chosen in the construction of the Ram Temple? What is the significance of that?
Basically, I can say one thing is the Bansi Panpur stone, which is from the Rajasthan Bayana district. It has been chosen because it's called King of Sandstone. The granules of these stones are really minute. So the carving, whichever you'll see or whatever you'll do on the stone, it really gets out really beautifully. And the second thing is that structurally this column has a tendency to, as it ages, it gets stronger and stronger. So as we are not using steel for the thousands of years of the life of a temple, so the stone is from this particular region has been taken off. And at the time, when 1880-90, it has been predicted this much of a aura was not there, and the restriction of few other things also. But the best thing is for this stone is the King of Sandstone, and it's the architectural carving. It's really beautiful. Looks really beautiful, honest.
We're certainly looking forward to actually being able to see all of this in person. Now, something about the temple foundation that I was reading about, how in the foundation 2 lakh bricks with Sri Ram inscribed on them in various languages have been put. What was the process of actually collecting all of these bricks and what was the thought behind it?
Yeah, basically they don't want to get rid of all these things, all the what you call affection with the affection, what the people has get all the bricks and the shilas over there. So it should be used anywhere in the temple. So it has been used in the foundation also because it's an engineering field what you have done. So in that all these bricks has been taken care of.
It's very interesting because all this time when we used to go to Ayodhya and we used to go to Karsevakpuram, we saw that constantly these bricks were being made, some shilas, and since 1989, that work has continued, not even knowing whether the Ram temple will ever be made, but all of those have now been incorporated by you in the foundation of the temple itself. The construction, sir, has taken quite a few unique engineering feats. Ayodhya, of course, has a large sedimentary deposit. It's right on the banks of the Saryu. Initially, we were told that the soil is not very conducive for lasting construction. Was that a problem? How did you overcome it?
Yeah, this has been like initially we have thought of a lot of things is going around. Like first of all, we have started digging up the whole soil and all the sandy and not getting the solid soil on the base. So it was predicted that piling should be done. So piling, but it was the concrete. You can't use the steel. So concrete piling, only concrete piling has been prepared, but it was also not suitable to the foundation. So from all the all over India, the greatest IITs, soil experts and structural engineers has been collected, and after that, how the foundation is going to be. So the backfilling has to be done, like engineering fill, with the backfilling with the engineering fill. And it should be in a 1 feet layer, and it should be compacted till it becomes 9 inches. So that kind of a 45 layers has been done on the particular foundation of this temple. And when in the plinth, it should be completely solid granite marble. So the whole structure has been done in such a way that any kind of earthquake or any kind of a thing has come, so it should be it should be safe.
Now, of course, the country knows by now that you come from a long, illustrious line of architects. Your grandfather, Prabhakar Sompura, designed the Somnath temple. Your father designed the Akshardham temple in Gujarat. Of course, he was also a part of this project along with you and your brother. What is the significance of the Ram Mandir project for you? I mean, you've done so many beautiful temples which are now a part of our history, a part of our culture. What sets apart the Ram Mandir from all of these other projects of yours, if you can call it that?
So apart from the rest, I can tell you one thing is complete. This is a Naga Shaili, as you said also, but it's have an octagonal shaped Garbhagriha, and the Shikhara is also completely octagonal. So I think in the whole Indian territory, you can find only 1 or 2 temples like this. So it's a completely a different style of temple architecture you will see. And definitely, as you said, our family has been chosen to build, like design this temple. And I think are we proud as a family, like first temple after Indian freedom, the temple which is first built was the Somnath temple, and it has been done by my great grandfather and my father and now me. So my and the second temple and the biggest temple which is now in the almost like in India is Ram Mandir, and which is also designed by our family. So we are proud and we are really grateful to the God that it's given us this service to do.
And how times have changed. You know, we are in 2024 now, and everyone is talking and waiting for the Ram Mandir as a reality. But I was reading about your father's interview. In one of his interviews, he said that when he visited the Ram Mandir site 30 years ago, he wasn't even allowed to measure the land. So he measured it by foot and laid out a few plans. How do you see the progress over time, of a time when you weren't even allowed to consider that a Ram Mandir would ever be built, and you know, even a measurement was untenable to some people, to now where a grand Ram Mandir is a reality?
Yeah, the progress is really great. Like it's a transition of time, and it's a period of time, like when that has gone there and this measured and the plan was made, then the model was made, and the model has been presented to the sons and they have agreed on it. After that, in 1990, it was like the construction was started, you know, like the carving was started on the stones full-fledged. So till those times, like it was like no, nothing, something is going to happen there. But after 1996 also the work has been very slowed down, and after that this becomes an issue. So there's a transition of time, like which is goes as, you know, ups and downs. And but after the verdict, it was a great feeling that now whatever the creation, what an architect has thought of, and it's going to be in a reality. So it's a great moment for us.
And it'll finally become a reality on January 22. How does it feel to finally see something that you built with your own hands in front of your eyes? On Jan 22, you'll be there.
Yes, I'll be there.
Okay, all right. Ashish Sompura, thank you very much, and really look forward to actually all of India being able to see the Ram Temple, a project for over 3 decades. People have waited. There have been countless, fights over it, a long legal battle, and now it's a reality. Quick break.